Ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the yearly recap, monthly recap for December. We'll talk about it all here. So, the way how I'll do the video, I think I'll start off with December and then we kind of get a little bit more dialed in on the overall look of the month. It was a pretty good month. We had some good green days. There were some good opportunities, good momentum, blue sky setups, trade some the all-time lows. It was a pretty good month, pretty interesting month. But we definitely could have done better in some areas, right? 2 p.m. At 2 p.m. and at 11 a.m. we're red. We definitely could have done better in those areas. We're red on Wednesday, so that's not good. We look at the calendar on a day-by-day basis here. Um, Wednesdays, we had some pretty big red days, which just was not good. Look at Monday here, 107, 106. This is perfectly fine when we talk about, hey, a red day, nice calm red day. But Wednesday here we're gonna see 650 and then 987. Just bigger red days that we didn't really calculate for happening, but ended up did. They ended up happening, and they kind of came, and we just it's like, hey, okay. Um, the 24th, of course, Christmas, we didn't trade. No markets are closed. So it was a decent month, but we definitely had a lot more red days than we would have wanted. When we look back at the month, we started off great the first week and a half. Um, the red days that we did have were smaller red days, not bad. Week three, man. Week three just was not good. We came in, we weren't as focused. We took some bad trades. Things were slower this week, right? Things were slower. When Tuesday was a really good day, right? Tuesday was a very efficient day. We came in, we got it done. But the rest of the week we just weren't there. We weren't trading well, and it definitely showed. So on a week where I probably should have had 3, 4 green days, we had 4 red days, and it just was not a good consistent week. Um, I believe this Wednesday we might have had ADGI. Was it on this day? I believe it might have been this day where we had ADGI, and you can see starting green about $100 and then going down. So just not good. So yeah, week four we kind of get ourselves back in gear, but we did have this big red day which we did not want, and of course it happened again on week five. So we had some big days. So 1100, 1,000 there, 900, 1,000 here, 1,600. And so once again, we also had ADGI on one of these days right here, where I definitely should have had another big green day, right? So there was a lot of opportunities, a lot of potential, and pre-market definitely would have given me some more profits if I was trading the pre-market session. So coming into January here, going into this next week, I'll be here for 7 a.m. That's one of the adjustments I'll be making here, looking at pre-market charts, pre-market trades, to try and get myself a little bit of a cushion coming into the open. So in the month we did $4,600. But once again, we definitely would have wanted to avoid some of those red days. $4,666. About an hour or two a day is not bad. Average daily gains 212. We definitely had a decent month. But once again, that driving factor of just knowing it could have been better for me is the thing that keeps pushing me to do more as a trader, right? So price and volume, some of the cheaper stocks just didn't do much on. But as we got more expensive in price, we saw a bit more of an increase, 5 and 9. $800, and a lot of stocks this month was between $10 and $20. That's where I did the best on. Um, Between 20 and 50, we're up 1,300. So we had some trades, some $20 stocks, $22 stocks. We had some opportunities. So not bad. ISIG was one of the better ones, and in fact we were up about 2,400 before that $900 red day. That took us $800 loss in this stock. It was up around 24, 20, about 2,400 I believe on ISIG, SOPA, BFRI. Some of these names you guys will definitely remember: ENSC, EFOI, GRTX. Um, Once again, realize you're not going to see ADGI. That one I just did not trade that day. Unfortunately, it was a nice move. So to the red side, BVXV, I definitely did not do well on that one. And CFVI. BVXV, I believe is going to come from that $650 red day that was a little bit earlier in the month, where I was being a little bit more aggressive on a cheaper stock. Just didn't expect the range to be as big on a stock at $3. Should be dropping 20 cents at the time. I'm in 2,000 shares. Doesn't play out well. We know with the big size, we can make money fast. We can also lose money fast. So that's how that went. So 14 winning days versus 8 red days. On the 14 winning days, we made 7,000. On the 8 red days, we lost 2,400. Accuracy on our green days, 57%. We're trading well. We want to try and get to 65% accuracy combined with red and green days together. So we got a long ways to go. But we did all right. Average daily gains on those 14 days are $508. Very impressive. And only 19,000 shares of volume. So we're trading pretty efficiently for the most part on those days. You can see on the red days, I'm trading more volume and just not being able to get it done. Poor accuracy. $2,400 down. Just wasn't as good. We're holding a little longer, getting some bigger losses, that kind of a thing. Once again, 8 red days is just a little too many. I think like 6 or less is more ideal. If we're having 4 or 5 weeks, can we be red just once a week? That's what I'm trying to aim for. Or if we are going to be red, small red days, man. Small red days of just $150, that kind of a thing. Because the average daily gain is really good. But you see 305 is a little bit on the higher side. So when we come back to the calendar, let's say, okay, cool. Let's say these 2 days were red, but imagine instead of losing 9 and 6, I lost to 150 and let's say $200. Huge difference. Huge difference. That alone would have saved us. What's that? 4 plus another 6, $1,000 in gains. It's a month where we would be up towards 5,600. Definitely makes a difference. Definitely helps out a lot. So win-loss expectation as we're coming back. By the way, our largest loss was bigger than our largest gain this time around, which was not good. Which was not good at all. So that loss in ISIG is this loss right here. I'm in at $28, 800 shares. Lose about $1 a share, and I'm stopping out of the trade. So the drawdowns have been getting a little bit bigger as the month was going on, and this carried into January here a little bit. I didn't upload for January yet, but we did have a big red day of $700, and so I did reduce my size, taking it slow as things are slowing down. Not looking to push it as much. And so when we look at our efficiency, it was not the best month, right? We made $13,800 in total gains, and we lost so much money. We lost $9,000 on the month, guys, which is not good. It's not efficient at all. And so, we talk about, hey, can we start our day in the green, go higher in the green, and finish at the all-time highs? Look at this day. Look at this. Look at how I started the month, right? So when we look at this first day, this is why the numbers will show like this, right? Let's look at each green day individually. The first day of the month, what happens? I'm up 350 twice, but I finished the day only up 150. Not good, right? So I'm giving back money off the top. It adds up. It adds up very quickly over time, right? So that's day one. If we're to go to day two, I'm starting red. I'm going up to 250. I'm finishing the day at 140 or something. So, there's money that's kind of escaping in between here and there. We look at this day. All right, okay, I closed at the highs, but I did give back some profits. So it's up about 160. Went to being up only $100. Giving back profits along the way somewhere. And so there's some days are better than others. But a lot of the days, it's not good. Look at this red day here. We're kind of chopping and churning. We're down 400. We have to make back money. So it's a good recovery, but, can we start in the green? Can we not be down 400 on the day? Right? That's the kind of thing that I'm looking at, right? So Tuesday, we're up 200. Well, to start, we're up 60. Then we're down 120. So we lost $180 here, let's say. And then we have to make that back to get to zero. And then we made money and then gave back at the top, ended the day up one something. So, very, We talk about efficiency, being able to retain profits, right? Retaining profits. Like this is a good day. This is a good day here. Can we start green, push higher into the green, and close very close to the all-time highs? These are the best days like this, right? Nice, big, strong green days. The $1,600 day, very similar. Starting green, we're not really dropping off a lot, but we're adding to the profits, finishing close to the all-time highs. So you see the trend of when we have a good day versus a choppy day, a bad day. Look at this one. Okay, start off up 60, $70. Then I'm down 280. Then I make it all back. So right here what this means, let's see, what is this? 250 plus another 50. It means I lost like, let's say $330 right here. So I'm up 60 and I go down to 260. Losing $330, then making $330 because I came up here. It seems like I was up like $10, $20, and then boom, I lose another $300. Like, come on, if we could avoid this drop and because I have to make back this amount to go flat. So can I stay at 60 and then make another, let's say 280 right here, and then be up on the day 350? And avoid these losses. So when we look at these days on an individual basis, it's like, man, we know how hard trading is, but come on, we're pushing ourselves to try and get there. Look at this one, up, then down, then up again. Come on, and then we close the day in the red. We go, like, look at the swing right here. I'm up 80, and I'm down like 370. So I lost like $400 here, and then I go from being down 400 to up 250. So I made like 650 right here. It's just too much of a swing to the downside, man. Come on. And then on top of that we go green, and then we finish the day in the red. Just not good trading. Not good trading. So that's the type of things we gotta avoid. This was an efficient day, starting in the green. Well, slightly red. Starting in the green for the most part, finishing on the all-time highs. More days like this, those bigger green days that we saw, more days like that is going to get me where I need to be. We look at this $900 red day, boom, big drop to start, down 700, and we just couldn't get it back. So we ended up finishing at max loss. This is absolutely the opposite of what we need happening. Look at this day, we're down 160, we're down 20, then we lose some more, then we're down 20 again, then we lose some more, just couldn't finish it, couldn't get it done. So, efficiency, man. Efficiency is the name of the game. Look at this $50 day right here. Down 110, making back 100 to go flat, making another 100. So I'm I made two up 100, and now I finished the day at 50. So you guys get the point. We need to be efficient, and we got to try not to end red as above all else. Like, a day like this, if we look at the 7th, it's still better to finish a little in the green, even though it wasn't as efficient as we would have liked. That way we still made 100 something bucks. Well, I didn't really mean to click that. We still made 100 something bucks, and so it's like, hey, we did a decent job. But when when we're kind of all over the place, it doesn't look as good. So we go back to our win-loss versus days. If we can eliminate this from 8 red days down to 3 or 4, and we avoid some of those bigger losses, guess what? We take this from 24 down to like 1,000, and we would be up 8,000, and we only lost 1K. And so we get a much bigger green day. Maybe we average out somewhere around like 6-7K on the month, and it's a much better month. We did a lot better efficiency wise. And so that's what I'm looking forward to doing. Let's see. Detailed. So when we talk about the overall year, it was a pretty good year, right? It was a pretty good year. We did mention our drawdowns getting bigger and reducing size. Yeah, so it was a pretty good year. And we come here and we refresh. This is our equity curve, by the way. So we started off, we're up 500. We kind of go a little sideways and down, and then we get some big green trades. We're up 3,200, a little sideways and down, and then we're up for 4,800. We do have a pullback here, and then we get up to 54, but we have another drop off. So it wasn't as smooth right here as we got a little higher. The key is to go sideways and not too much down, right? So we clear this out here to January 1st, and we look at the overall win-loss expectation. You know, we're up, sideways, up, sideways. That's the key for me, right? Can I go, instead of pulling back a big drop, like look at this area here. So from like May to like the entire May month was just sideways, and then June came along, we got a nice incline, we move up. Look right here again, between June and like August we're a little sideways, and then we move up. So that's the key. Can I at least not give back profit? So right here we see a dip 31,000, then we go down 30, so we gave back some profits there. A little sideways and down, up, sideways, down, and then we get a nice incline here as October, once DWAC came, this last push right here is ever since DWAC came. So it's at 31K, and then DWAC PHUN, once that momentum came from 31 to 38 to 40, and then 45, and ending off at 44. So it was a decent year. You know, anytime you can make, 45 grand, at your bedside, just a few hours a day. And to be honest, without YouTube, like if I'm just to trade for myself, I believe I'd just be doing 2 hours max. But let's say I do include pre-market now, which I am. Let's put that to 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours. Making 45,000 in 3 hours a day over the course of a year. It's definitely not a bad thing. And we don't trade weekends, holidays, so it's more like 240 days in a trading year. So you do the math, right? You do 45,000 divided by 240 days. We do get my average exactly here at like 187. And so if we come out, you guys will see. So it makes perfect sense. We're at 187.75. But it would have definitely been nice if we were able to trade on a weekends and holidays and continue this same level of consistency. But there's a certain time frame we got to get it done, and so adding pre-market to my repertoire, and then of course being able to go short eventually will help with more gains. But 187 a day, of course, and this is all before taxes though, so we'll have to pay some taxes on this money. Everybody's situation is different, so we might have 10 people in the room that made the same exact amount, and we'll all pay a different amount in taxes. Are you married? Do you have debt? There's a bunch of different factors that will determine how much you pay in taxes. So that's worth noting. But it was a good year, man. It was a good year. 44K, 187 a day, 31,000 shares of volume. Average winning trade $50. Average losing trade 31. I like this to be a 2-to-1. Can we be at 62 versus 31? Not quite. So we need to work on this into this new year. Total number of trades. We had 2,102 winning trades, 2,120 losing trades. So we actually had more losing trades than winning trades, which is not good at all. So the accuracy, we know, is one of those things that I definitely have to work on. So scratch trades are like flat trades. Largest gain 1,300, and this is so disappointing right here. Coming into the very end of the year, I have my largest loss in ISIG. I think before this number might have been like at 450, but yeah. So trade P&L standard deviation is $74. Profit factor 1.68. Average hold time winning trades 2 minutes 46 seconds. Average hold time losing trades 1 minute 58 seconds. And our scratch trades are at 20 seconds. Average max consecutive wins 10, max consecutive losses 12. So when we look at win-loss versus days, we had 165 green days versus 74 red days. So having all those red days towards the end definitely didn't help with this, right? But it's still a decent ratio. Where green when we talk about out of those 240 trading days, we're green 70% of the times, which is good, right? So 70% of the times, if we do that on a monthly basis, I'd basically be green for 9 months and red for the other 2, 3 months. It's like, hey, do you mind being red for 2 months straight and then green 9 months in a row? Of course, we don't have it be that perfect. If it was a perfect world and we could have did it that way, I think I would have endured 2 red months, and I would do it at the beginning of the year. Start off slow and then know that from the 10 months on, it's just green days every single day without fail. That would have been amazing, right? But yeah, so it's not a perfect world. We have green days, red days. So throughout all the days, I've been able, in terms of realized gains, 58,000. In terms of realized losses, 13,900, 195. And so this does not include trades where you're up unrealized but receive slippage. Let's say I'm green in a trade $200, but I exit the trade with 160. That $40 is kind of lost in space in a sense. It doesn't include that. It doesn't include all those days where we might say, what if or hey, I should have been able to. So there's a lot more profits that the metrics will not show because there's so many days where we might miss trades. Like today, for example, I missed a good trade off the lows today, right? Um, it doesn't include missed trades, being slow if you have a hotkey error, you fumble. It doesn't include any of that. So these numbers we know can be much bigger. Hey, what if I traded pre-market the entire year every day? Hey, what if I went short every day? What if I had shares available? Hey, what if I used twice my size? What I had done twice the amount of money? So there's a bunch of different questions we usually can ask ourselves on ways to improve. So on our green days, and this is always an impressive stat for me. On my green days, 165 days, I'm averaging $351. This is pretty impressive, right? We know some of those big time traders are doing, some more crazy numbers, right? Whether 1,000 a day or whatever it is. But for those of us who are kind of, working our way up there to that level, I know a lot of you guys out there, your goal is to be able to do just $100 a day, 200, maybe five. And so, when I do see myself doing 351 per green day, it does motivate me to keep pushing, keep getting better, because I know I can be so much more better than what I am now. My average red days, I'm always working on how can I get a smaller red day? How can I reduce my losses and increase my gains? But as you use bigger share size, the gains get bigger naturally, the losses get bigger naturally. We just got to manage risk to the best of our abilities at all times. So, it wasn't a bad year. You guys check out the metrics here. It was not a bad year. 74 days. So I guess that would be about 3 months, right? If we say, hey, 20 months, 20 months in a day, in 20 days in a 1 month, excuse me, or 22 days. And so you add that up, 3 months, it'll be about 66 days. So for 3 months and some change, I was red, and then for the other, let's say 8.5 months of green days. So yeah, this is how the metrics is looking. There's certain things we got to work on. It's coming into this new year. Today is today's January 7th, right? And so I think I'm going to put out another video more than likely this Sunday where I'm going to talk about some rules that I'm adding into place. But this year I want to be a year of improvements. Can I do better than I did last year? Can I become a better trader? Can I get more comfortable with share size? Can I be more verse? Can I be able to have less losses and a higher accuracy? So there's going to be certain things that I put in place, certain things that I'm going to be working on to help me get to those numbers. And so I do want to have more rules in place now that starting Monday, I'll be here 7 a.m. sharp for pre-market every day. I want to have some more rules in place to help me navigate pre-market, really learn the ways of pre-market, because everything is an adjustment, right? Learn the ways of pre-market, and then eventually, let's say had I traded pre-market last year, instead of being up 45, maybe I would have been up 55. Could I have made an extra 10,000 over the year in pre-market, or even an extra 2, 3, 4, 5K? Any amount is worth it, right? As long as it makes sense. So, that's what I'm looking forward to, being better, trading the entire trading day. That's something else that I think I'll be putting into place depending on what I do. If I do go back to work, I'm not sure if I will. I might. It all depends. That's still something that's kind of lingering in my head. But if I trade till 4 p.m. every day, like let's say I stay here longer and take less breaks in between, I'm pretty sure I'll make more money without a doubt. It's not even a question now at this point. As long as the market is hot, I know I will. All right, as long as the market is in a decent space. So very interesting day when we look at the metrics. So 165 plus 74 is a total of 239 days. And I might have missed a day or two here and there in terms of just me not showing up. Maybe I was not feeling well. There's always that kind of a thing. But we had some really good months. I mean, look at January, just such a beautiful month. Smaller green days, yes. But, you know, we had let's see, GBR. We had let's I can't remember. This is such a long time ago. Um, GBR. Seems like we got some decent gains on that particular. Well, two. Okay, never mind. It's 264. Okay, there we go. So, you know, we had a $1,300 day. EXPR. Sorry about that. So EXPR. Look at the volume here. 93,000 shares. Talk about being aggressive. $1,300. Not bad. Scalping this one, doing really well. That was good. So you know, we had some nice months, man. We had some nice months. We had some good green days. February was such a smooth month. We had more I think we had two more red days this month. But my data from the third week was skewed. But I think I had two red days. It's small numbers this week here, though small numbers. So we didn't really miss much in terms of not having it logged. But we had two more red days. But I remember it being smaller numbers. Um, it's just a beautiful. These kinds of months are just so nice. I mean, you know, yeah, we start off small, but we get right into it. 225, 833, 191, 311, 8, smaller green. And I think the days like when the market is this hot, this good, when there's days like this and this, it means I wasn't able to capture the moves properly, but there was enough to be green, like how I was these couple of days right here. You know, 666, 640. I mean, just beautiful. I mean, this is if every week could be like this, I mean, you know, I'd be a happy camper. But it's not that simple, as we know. All right, this is not a bad week either, 4 to 1. But we had some smaller green days here, and then Thursday, Friday, we picked it up a little bit. So February was good. March wasn't bad, but we definitely had a couple more red days than we would have wanted. Can we eliminate 3 of these red days somewhere here? You know, but we had good days. 617, 234, 382, 313, 360. You know, these are pretty solid weeks, solid days. This is a really good week right here. Look at this week here, 4th week of March. $1,000 day, 650, 216. We give back a little bit on Thursday, 292, but then we finish the week up off with a 666. So you know, solid stuff. April was not one of my better months. This one was a bit more of a slower month for me, but we kept the losses to a minimum. We started off with a pretty good green day though, up 900, but then we have some red days. Thursday, not bad again, 330, and then 257. But we just have had a lot more red days than we would have wanted to. The question is, hey, can we eliminate 4 or 5 of these red days? If we eliminate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it looks a lot better in terms of consistency. But smaller red days for bigger green days. Down 80, down 90. And this week, you know, it seems like it was just a grinding week. Friday, we got a good move. And these are what the slow bunch will look like. You know, we get small days, just like what we're seeing right now. But I'm telling you guys, as soon as somebody flips that switch and the momentum is back on, we'll see these same green days again. You know, so a day like today, I'm down $17. Right, I did unfortunately miss the call outs from you guys on the stream for stock HOUR, but that's fine. We'll get the next one. So you know, we come back. We get some nice trades on Tuesday, Wednesday, but Thursday and Friday not so lucky, right? Not so good. So we go to May. May is another nice month, right? With just a few red days. Anytime, any month where I'm getting just a few red, and look at the red days on this month. I mean, beautiful, right? If we're gonna be red, can it be small? The answer is yes. So it seems like I was trading with small size here. Just slower market conditions. Look, taking it easy, grinding on small days. This is how the slower months goes for me, right? Since I'm not shorting and I wasn't trading pre-market, I was a little bit more limited. This year, I think we'll be able to have better numbers across the board. But, slow and steady, slow and steady. We get momentum on Wednesday. And a day like today would have been exactly like this. If I capture a stock like HOUR, I can be up 300-400 on a day. It helps balance things out a little bit. And so, Friday is a good day. We capitalize. Then we go back to some smaller numbers. Thursday is good. We get something. But you can see the red days really small. So that was May. We go to June. We pick up a little bit. Momentum starts to flow. We're up 260, 1100, 2200. This one of the better green days of the year right here. 2200 trading LEDS. We start the morning slightly red and then we push. Scalping our life away. Trading on June. Getting a big green day there. Look at the month, right? It's a solid month. So we go from doing $40 a day, maybe 200 every now and again, and then we're back 800. So you look at the ebb and the flow, and then look at these 2 days, 40. Maybe I had some trouble capitalizing, and then we're back, right? 130, 190, 692 is a pretty good day. This is a pretty good day. Then we have a small loss to finish it, and so I'm in the third week of the month. Only 2 red days and small red day here. This one a little bit bigger, but not as bad compared to our green days, right? Week 3, we come in, we start the week off really well, but we have some losses here. If we could have avoided this red day, if this could have been a $200 green day, would have been really nice. And then we finished the week strong, but we didn't finish the month in good shape. We had 2 red days on the last 3 days there. So July. Did we talk about April? I think we did. I think we did. So we come to July, right? And see, I was having some trouble at the end of June, so into July, a little bit more inconsistent. Seems like the market slowed down a little bit, so I'm taking some bigger losses. 270, 330, 202. So I'm kind of red. Let's see if we compare this to June. So what is that? I'm red twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's say 6, 7 times out of like 10 days, which isn't really good at all. So you can see there's definitely a difference here in this last week of June and into the first week and a half of July. Slower market. So I took a few more red days, needed to adjust faster. That's the key. But now into week 3, things kind of level out. We start to get some more gains. 216, 280, not bad. Small red day here, small red day there. So it's not a big week, but we did all right, right? And then, we come into week 3. Week 4 at this point. Week 4, we come in, small green days, small red day. And then here we go. There's some momentum. Friday, not bad. One day sometimes can make a difference. And this is a beautiful week right here as well. The last week of July, 620, 400, $30 red day, so very small red day, 250, and then we finish with $70. So this is a pretty solid week right there. Very smooth week. So we talk now. Let's not say it like that. Let's go into so what is this? July, August up next. We start slightly red, right? Slightly red here. Not good. Some bigger losses, 500 and 350. Not good. I think back here I tried to up my share size a little bit, if I remember correctly. But after this day we kind of came back down. It's like, hey, it's not the time. 660, and it's like to be honest, if I force myself to trade with big size, like just hey, nothing less than 1,500 shares every day, every trade, like my numbers would go up a lot. Like, and I'm a profitable trader. Like, I don't see myself being red because of share size, you know. So, but the days will look a lot different. You know, instead of a day like 97, maybe we're up another 600, right? But we definitely would want to have 2-to-1 ratios. Can we be up 6 and down 3, or up 1,000 and down 5, right? That way we have a good ratio. We're seeing better green days compared to our red days. And from here, I kind of just took it slow, right? Took it slow. Some decent green days every now and again. You know, we got in a good streak right here. Oh, we got, and look. You know, we talked about efficiency earlier. You know, up, down. Just, you know, can we be more efficient overall? So we had $1,000 day on the 30th, which was good. Definitely helped out with the month. That was August, and so September, we start off decent. We get some red days, and you know, you look at week 2. I don't remember if I was missing days or if we had holidays or what. But we look at week 3, not bad. To this point, we only have 2 red days. You know, it's a decent month. But then week 4 just was not good. Week 4, I mean, come on, to have 4 red days in 1 week and then into the next week as well. So, you know, 3, 4, 5 red days back to back to back to back, just not good. This would have been a good month if we could have had 3 green days here, you know. Hey, we finished with 4 or 5 red days. It's not too bad. So that was September, a little sideways. October month, we had a much better start, but you can see some bigger red days along the way. You know, 800 and 476. We avoid these 2 red days. This is a much better month. Can we finish up 150 right here and then maybe another 200 right here? So we definitely have a difference sometimes when we have some of these bigger red days. But you know, the 22nd is where DWAC and PHUN is gonna happen. So and you know, man, I tell you guys, man, even now I sometimes underperform. On this day, I didn't trade DWAC or PHUN. I traded CRTD, is the one that gave me the most money. Because PHUN just went without me. I thought DWAC was too expensive at the time. And if we look at the 22nd, DWAC is the one I did trade and did pretty decent on, right? But of course, not in comparison to that big move. I kind of shut it down early. The thing kept going. So October month came along and the momentum was back. We flipped that switch and it was just, hey, go time. 1,400. Okay, and you know, when I have red days like this, it means I just wasn't able to get it done, but the market was good. You see what stock I was trading here? BKKT. BKKT, I'm pretty sure gave a good move. I just wasn't able to do well on it. Okay, that's just filtering for BKKT. Let's reset that to January 1st. There we go. So yeah, you know, I messed up on BKKT, but it probably should have been another $5,000 to $1,000 day. So these are days where I'm clicking, capitalizing, clicking, capitalizing, clicking, capitalizing. You know, AGRI and some of these other stocks that are moving. We did really well on. Then came November, right? You know, still looking at that consistency. 725, 309, 975. You know, 114. Not quite the day right here, but you know, small red day. So you know, on a week like this, we want to avoid this loss right here. If we're gonna see 492, 474, can we be green $200 right here? You know, it makes a big difference because instead of being down 375, it's a big swing, right? It's a big swing. Week 3, we started off red, but we get it in gear. Not big green days, but you know, we can live with this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, it's $1,000 week. We minus 94. We're probably around We're probably around 900 to 1,000 somewhere there. It's a pretty decent week. Monday, Tuesday, really good at 5:30, 5:13, and this is exactly what we want. If we're gonna have a red day, if we weren't able to get it done, can we have a small? Can we be down just a small amount? Look at the stocks I traded: BFRI, LGVN. More than likely they were moving okay. I just wasn't able to do super well. So yeah. So we get a lot of good days, man. There's a lot of good that comes out of it, even though we're not as efficient as we might want to be. There's a lot of good that comes from it, and it's like I'm telling myself, hey, man, let's get back into trading more let's trade pre-market more this year. Let's eventually try and get a broker where we can go short. So maybe days like these are green days. So that's the goal. November came around. November was all right. We finished off the month. I mean, this is pretty good right here. Um, if we look at week 2, yeah, we had a couple more red days than we would have wanted. But we come to week 3, small red day, and it's like, hey, green day, green day, green day, 4, 5, 6. We had a small red day, but 7, 8, 9. It's like you're on a good hot streak. You come into December, um, 10, 11, 12. You have a small red day again, 13, 14, 15. So it's like 15 days of just, you're building, you're building, you're growing, you're growing, you're growing. But then week 3, not good. Too many red days. This one is fine, $48. But can we have the opposite instead? Can we be up 220, up 125, and even up 107, have just one red day? That'd have been really good. And then the worst thing ever, big red day starts to come. So the Monday and Tuesday after week 3, we came back really good mentally. This week it was a slower market without a doubt, but I wasn't fully there, so I didn't trade as well. But then Monday refreshed. Kind of had some counseling. Like we all need a little bit of therapy in a sense, so I kind of had to just decompose in a sense, kind of regroup, regather. Good day. Momentum is there, and because I'm ready mentally, we're clicking. We're clicking. But unfortunately, we were aggressive. We're still looking, we have a 19, a 900, 1,000. We're up 1,900 over these 2 days. Can we see something here today again, Wednesday? Can we see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800? We push, we don't quite get it. And, this day, man, BVXV just had to be so choppy. Unfortunately, I'm long at, I think, like 305 or something. The thing drops 10 cents. Or like 380. Yeah, 380. I'm long, it drops 10 cents. It gives a break of 4. I'm like, okay, let me give it another try. I'm in at 2,000 shares. In at 4, it drops to 380. And I'm down $600. And it's like, come on. On a day like that, if I don't have those 2 trades, this day would have more than likely be a flat day. You see how this day, and a perfect example, this one I'm only up $34. It would have been a very similar day to this. I would have been plus or minus like less than 100, and it would have been just a day where I didn't see much, but being aggressive very early did not work like how it did on the other couple of days. So there's that. But you can't really be upset when these days happen. You got to take it, move forward, adjust. So I have 2 small green days here. And then Tuesday is a nice solid day. We're up 1,100. ISIG is just ripping and we're doing well. We come back again. And unfortunately, ISIG, 800 shares long at 20. It's more expensive this day, right? It's a more expensive stock, right? It's a more expensive stock. Details. There we go. I knew there was a way to get the charting up. It's a more expensive stock. So the day before that I traded it, it's at $18. Now it's up at 28, and so there's more risk, right? There's more risk. I'm in, I'm out for a big loss, and so it definitely was not as good. So when we come back to this day here, and we look at some of the bigger green trades. You can see, much more clean, much more consistent. Some bigger moves coming in from some halts. We get some nice trades, some nice scalps. We're really getting some nice good areas, but we get more expensive right here. Just the daily chart here, right? We get more expensive the next day, and we're pushing $30. And you know what really got me too? I thought this thing was gonna break 36. About, what was it, 35 I believe was the high. So when I see, I just traded the same stock, and now it's up again the next day. I'm confident, I'm fearless, which is exactly how I need to be. But where's the follow through? Where, if this thing goes, I can guarantee you guys, if this thing goes from 30 to then 36 to 40, more than likely I would have been up 2K on this day, and then it would have been quite the opposite. But we push, and then if it doesn't happen, what can you do? And then December, we finished off here. So we had that big red day. We finished off with 2 green days, and that was the year. Pretty decent year. So when we look at our all-time metrics since starting May of 2019, this is where we're at. We're green across the board. But I wish we would see some more stocks between 150, 50 cents be more strong coming into this new year. I hope that's the case. Between 2 and 5, we had 15K. Between 5 and 10, we had 18K. Between 10 and 20, 16. Between 20 and 50, 4,000. Between 50 and 99, I'm actually down 186. Seems like I might have traded one stock up there and had a big loss. Maybe something over $50. So these are the metrics of a profitable trader. They're not perfect. They could be better. Since starting in May, I'm doing about 150 a day. As of May 20, what was that, 2020, I believe. Our best stocks, LEDS, MOSY, ISIG. And once again, ISIG was right up there before that $900 red day. It was very close, I believe 2,500. EXPR, UMRX, BTX, MYOS. So there's MOSY and MYOS. Quite funny. XTNT, SOS, LGVN. But you guys will see on your list of stocks that I'm missing a bunch of them. Stocks like BKKT I should not have been red on. Stocks like JSPR. JSPR could have been $1,000 day. Screwed it up. Didn't trade well. LMFA. There's a bunch of them, and so we go down the list. BTBT, CLSK. A lot of these names will be familiar names. The more volume we're pushing, the better I'm doing. And so yeah, stocks with high volume. Right, market behavior. We're doing all right wherever the SPY is. We're doing all right. I guess unless it's up over 2%, which might be a little bit more rare, which is why this number is lower, or down more than 2%. But we're doing all right across the board. We just got to keep it up, keep implementing new things, new styles, new strategies. The trades off the lows are a beauty. We go back 4, 5, 6 months ago, I was never trading it. So I think for those reasons, I'll be better this year, right? Coming into pre-market now for 7 a.m. every day. By the end of the year, will I be able to say, hey, I made 5 to 10,000 pre-market, right? Or maybe more. Maybe we get some big days pre-market, right? Especially once I get more comfortable with using bigger size, once I have those rules in place for what I'm comfortable with. We might switch brokers at some point here, because we need to get some shares to short now. We want to be able to short shares, and we'll see how it goes. So we're adding on to the list of things we're good at. Breakouts, trades off the lows. Can we start to go short? Can we trade some options maybe? Well, we're not going to look at options now, but it's in the distant future, right? We're down the line. We can see ourselves possibly doing that. Maybe some large caps. Be a little bit more versed. Be a little bit more equipped to trade some of these other stocks. So, yeah. So, we're looking for 100K this year. 100K. Can we get over the $100,000 level? Can we be able to get it done? So January 1st to December 31st, once again, these are the numbers. These are the numbers. Monday's my worst day of the year. I don't know what happened this year with Mondays. I mean, I don't know. For me, it felt like Monday, Tuesday used to always be strong. But my best day of the year is going to be Friday, 11/7. Thursday coming in at 11/6. It would have been lovely if every single day of the week could have been over 10K. You know, but these 2 days we're slacking, man. Wednesdays and Mondays we're having a hard time. And so here we go, pre-market, we're actually down 250 for the year. Just not trading pre-market a lot, not being consistent. And this is how you know, I barely was trading pre-market. Between 9:30 and 10, 19K, between 10 and 11, 13, between 11 and 12, 4, between 12 and 1, 3,600, between 1 and 2, 2,400, between 4 and 3, 13, between the power hour, last but not least, between 3 and 4, 1,100. I think I had one trade after hours this year when I was up 156, 157. So this is how we're looking on the year here. Our best month being June, my birth month, so I take it. The sun was shining on me. November pretty good. So we need more months of like this though. Can we be up about 5K more consistently on the month, right? Our slowest month being May, up 1,800. September up 18. And so, you know, I've come to realize it's not hard for me to be able to be up at 1,500 on a month, right? All we really need is for me to be sideways and have like three good green days, 500 a piece. And hey, 1,500 on a month. And so, you know, the goal is just not to be red, man. Not to just avoid being red. Try to be efficient as possible, and let's keep pushing. So, you know, some motivation here to end it off. There'll be another motivational video coming out, right? But, you know, to end this one off, we've been going for 50 minutes here. Trading is a process. It's a journey. You know, we go back to 2020. You know, look at my trading here, October 2020. Look at how many more red days I was having. And so there's some improvement over time. We got to keep working. We got to keep pushing, keep planning, keep preparing, keep studying. For me, I think I'm going to have to implement this into my rules too. Like, I can't, to be honest, I can't let a day go by without studying, man. When I study, I'm at some of my best trading ever, man. So can I study every day? The people who are on those levels of guys like Tim Sykes, Ross, some of these big traders, they're making sure to study every day without fail. Studying every weekend without fail. So can I get to that level of discipline? Hey, whatever it is, put it on the back burners, you know, unless it's your health, of course. Do what is required. Do what is necessary. Outwork those other individuals who might be slacking off. Let's outwork all those other guys and gals who might be slacking off or distracted with their trading. Let's be the ones to push for it and get to that higher level. So, you know, that's what I'm looking forward to. More consistency, more green days. Can I be able to do it? It was a beautiful year. We're looking forward to keeping it up. And I think this year will be better. I have no reason to not to. And so, you know, let's see how far can we continue to go. Will I be up 60K by the end of the year? 50, 60, 80, 100, 200? You know, what if there's a stock like DWAC and I'm in with 5,000 shares and I hold the stock up, you know, $50 a share? Nothing is impossible here. I'm not saying I'm looking for that home run, but it would be nice, right? So, you know, let's keep pushing. Let's keep grinding. Let's keep positioning ourselves to be successful. It's not easy. It never was. It never will be, but it can be done. And so that's where I'm going to end this one off here. Let's keep working into this new year. Let's refine those rules. Let's gain more discipline. Let's be consistent. Let's work hard. Let's work smart. And let's make it happen. Guys, it's been Relentless Trader. It's been a good year. Here's to 2022. Looking forward to being better. And yeah, catch you guys. It's been RT, and I am, of course, signing out.